And John Claypool is going to start us out with the invocation today.
Father, we again stand before you in thanksgiving for the many blessings that you provide us. We thank you for being lions and being able to help others that aren't as fortunate as ourselves. I ask you this day to watch over this club. Watch over the members that aren't well enough to be here. Bless them with your love. We ask you to bless this food to us and us in your continued service. Amen.
Amen. And the Pledge of Allegiance by Mark Kelch.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Marilyn Patterson with our anthem.
My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of thy pilgrims pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring.
Okay. Oopsie. Oh, there we go. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's start back there in the back with the guest introductions, please.
Okay, President Carrie Ann, Joe Lyon, have two guests today. Tony Seidl, Rick Johnson, and our guest member Monica.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome guests. Okay. And Penny, do we have sunshine?
No.
No sunshine report?
Mike, do you want to give an update on Ron now? Mike has an update on Ron.
Okay.
I saw Ron Sunday over at Bill Pontius' place. He came to watch the football game. He's going to have to see somebody with a lawnmower for a haircut.
Oh, yes.
It was good to see. He's how do I put this? A little bit slow on the uptake, but that's to be understood.
Sure.
I'm just very glad to see. He came upstairs to Bill's TV room with no problem, so he's getting around okay.
Good.
And Bill said that that's Ron's wife, told him that Ron's caregiver will be bringing him to a meeting in the near future.
Oh, good. Okay. Good news. All right, let's head right into the happy bucks, please.
Anybody have some happy bucks? Get to me first.
President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions again. I had a happy buck, which is kind of a happy $11, because when I worked the crazy squirrel fest or the
Yeah.
storm, I put $10 in to make change for somebody, and I never got it back, and then I just figured I'll leave it.
It's how we make money.
President Carrie Ann, I have two happy bucks and fellow Lions. One of them, of course, were our attendance to USA Canada Forum in Louisville, however you want to say it, Louisville. Yeah. No, it's a great trip. Ann and I just had a wonderful time, educated. Our heads are so full of knowledge we can't figure out what's what. We'll settle down a little bit. The other happy dollar is the fact that when I got there, you get a sheet of tickets, for your meals and directions for this and that. And I discovered that I had a card that said, you have mentored Ann Camarda, and also for Vancouver Lions, Mike Kavanaugh, the president, attended USA because he saw my post. sign up. So I was a sponsor for 2 Lions, so I'm wearing my sponsor mentor pin.
Nice.
We also received a pin for next year, which was designed by past International Director Ann Schmarsh.
Oh.
Got to see Ann and Tom, who moved back to Kansas, and they're not MD-19 anymore, they're in Kansas. So, good to see them, though. Nice.
What do you mean? I thought it was not in Kansas then.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank
That's
you.
still, they're in Kansas.
Pass zone. Pass zone chair, I thought so.
President Carrie Ann Coa, Lions and guests, I've got a couple of happy dollars. One is football started, Seahawks won. And Bruce won 2 in a row, besides. And the other dollar is baseball's damn near over.
There you go.
President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests, I have some happy dollars. One is the birthday dollar for Jim on Friday, which was his birthday, for those of you not on Facebook. For those of you that are, that wish him a happy birthday, I pass it on to him because he doesn't do social media. Saturday, we had a nice lunch with Marie and her daughter and son-in-law, and it was good to see her again. And just thankful for the sunny weather again. It was cold last week.
Yeah, still maybe honey.
Yeah.
Lion parade.
I'm trading you for that.
Carry in, call Lions, gas, couple bucks today. The first one, wife's health is getting to a point where I can leave her in the house without all my care. And the second one, I'm really happy to see that Rick Johnson's only friend came today.
Good job, Rick.
Yes. Lion, Mike.
Oh, I got it right.
Mike,
Right?
that's one of the better names I've been called here recently.
Yeah. Oh.
I have a couple of happy and kind of sad dollars. First one is my wife and me participated in the Alzheimer's walk around the lake the other day.
And you forgot it already?
And
Yeah.
forgot what? It runs in my family. Okay? Yeah. And then the other one that's also around Alzheimer's, my mother has Alzheimer's and she's in a home up in Everett, and we're leaving later this week, so I get to go visit my mom.
All right.
I thought you said loud.
I know, but
Yeah. Totally.
exception is the officers. District Governor Mark Kelch.
Thank you. Lovely tail twister. It's hard to say lovely and tail twister in the same sentence. Remind me out of you. Yeah, if I say it 3 times, I'm going to be like Beetlejuice, right? President Carrie Ann, no lies and yes, because I can't remember if I already said that. Our dog swallowed a whole bag of Scrabble tiles last week. And see how it gets checked out. No word yet. $7, I know I had expressed 2 weeks ago when I was here, and I was looking forward to going to see Dave Matthews Band in the Gorge. Things didn't quite work out, had some family health issues, so another time perhaps. Happy dollar, got to see Ruth Morrill at Safeway and had a nice visit with her. Her son and Ruth told me that they were planning to come here in the near future, so they will see Ruth again here in the very near future. Then what Terry said, football season has started. For me, that means shuttling grandkids 5 evenings a week to football practice, and then games on the weekends. So, yeah, it's football season. Fun times. Quote of the week from Zig Ziglar: "Before you can change your thinking, you have to change what goes into your mind."
Okay, Mike, contemplate that. I'm heading up to see Third Vice President Ann. Now, she doesn't even try, at least I try to say your last name.
Marvin.
No, she gives me that.
Oh! I'm not saying it again.
President Carrie Ann, Lions and guests, again, we're just thankful to be coming back from a safe trip from Louisville, went to the farm with Maryland. We were there for about 5 days, and it was a very, very good trip. Just one little thing I wanted to share with you guys. You know, we're in the auditorium, close to 2,000 people there, and the color guard comes in with all the flags. They march it up to the stage. They have 2 huge screens up. They've got our international president, Fabrizio Oliveira, speaking to us in Portuguese with his interpreter, and it had a very United Nations feel to the whole thing, and it was just very good. It was very cool. So I'm very thankful to have this opportunity.
All right.
Rick.
Well, I should say that Carrie Ann, President Carrie Ann,
Yes.
fellow Lions and guests, we just had our 45th wedding anniversary.
All right.
No, we had to take my granddaughter to Discord.
Oh, that's the excuse.
So my happy dollar is for being here, thank you. And also, last week was kind of a fun event. We had First Friday cruising in Longview. Love to see all the classic cars out there cruising commerce, and we had a memorial ride as well. And then we had the Lonnie Knowles Memorial Golf Tournament, which turned out great, and all of the money raised goes for kids' scholarships. So great week last week.
Yes.
President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests, happy bucks. While you were having that fun time with my brother at the Lonnie Knowles, I was at a Pacific surgery place where they were taking pictures. It's like, okay.
For your
Yeah.
lobotomy?
Yeah, the lobotomy, yeah, that's right. That's one happy dollar. Second, it's great to see Tony Fardell again. It's been decades maybe, yeah. Yeah, okay, you gonna finally make a commitment this time?
No.
What? Rick was supposed to take him outside. He doesn't make a commitment. Third happy dollar is my brother's gone. Fourth happy dollar is I'm glad I'm here.
We got a program.
We're glad you're here too.
Well, there's one.
I forgot. That's what it means. And the fifth happy dollar. What a wonderful group of tail twisters.
No, you.
Yeah, that's a pride.
You need more money.
Yeah,
Another 5.
Sweet.
Thank you, fellow Lions and guests. Well, the last couple of weeks I've been fighting an infection in my jaw, if you can believe it. And so that was taken care of yesterday. Another root canal-ish is what we're going to call it. And they had to sedate me. So I don't remember a thing that happened yesterday except for after dinner, I told Tony, I said, I really want some ice cream. And he says, well, you just had ice cream not too long ago. And I don't remember eating that ice cream. So he went and got me some more ice cream. And then he said that I woke him up in the middle of the night asking for ice cream. So I'm not really sure what that's all about. But ice cream was on the mind yesterday. And my other happy dollar is Georgia is now 1 year old.
So cute.
I believe, Maria, we are.
Okay, all righty. Now let's get our speaker up here. So I'm going to introduce, well, I'm not going to introduce Ryan because you know him already, but I'm going to have Ryan come up to introduce our speaker.
Thank you, Jonathan. President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests, it's my pleasure to introduce Monica Seidl. She is a volunteer humanitarian. Her passion is to travel and help people. Monica is married and has 2 LCC graduates. Her son is in the Coast Guard and daughter is an ultrasound technician. Monica has worked for the Cowlitz-Wahkiakum Council of Government as a project specialist for the last 2 years. She was previously a bank manager for Umpqua Bank in Clatskanie, Oregon for 18 years before that. Monica is very adventurous. Her adventures have included hang gliding in Brazil, scuba diving in Puerto Vallarta, riding camels at the Great Pyramids in Egypt, along with much more. Monica owns a home in Belize and travels there twice a year. She takes voluncation teams, which that is a volunteer vacation. Voluncation teams to volunteer at a community library that she helped reopen 2 years ago. They donated an ambulance to Belize and remodeled and reopened a police substation in the Belize village. Her next adventure focuses on the Belize Medical Clinic to add an optometry exam room and dental equipment. Please welcome Monica.
Thank you. I'll try not to fall off the podium here. I usually walk and use my hands a lot, so thank you for having me back. I know that previously I came and introduced this program to you guys, and so since then there's been a lot of activity, there's been a lot of community involvement, and we now have a couple other nonprofits that are also participating. And so what you're going to see up here on the screen is some of the highlights, and so I didn't want to bore you too much, so I'm going to go pretty quick. And I already have to run the machine. So this is a little bit about who I am. I'm a mom, a wife, a mother, and I love this community. I've always lived within 1 hour of Longview, and for me, it's one of those passions where I now get to do in this community what I get to do internationally as well, which is help communities. And so with the COG, I do small business development, economic development, and really have a passion to make changes wherever I am. And so with that, the Belize Blessings mission statement that's up there is helping the village of San Antonio, Cayo, Belize with a holistic approach by strengthening the mind, body, and soul of the community with educational support, medical treatment, healthy resources, and safety. And so there is quite the long list of things that we have done in the last 3 years, which is open a library that was before completely non-existent, and be able to take an ambulance down there, work with teams, and we had child adolescent clinic. We had a doctor and a medical assistant go down and run a medical clinic down there. In the springtime, we have been focusing on a police station. And then there's a wish list of the next 3 years and a long-term plan. And so a little bit of what we're going to be doing on this next trip will be certainly to focus mostly on the medical clinic, but we've got some great added, like I said, other groups that are participating as well. One of them I'll explain in just a moment, but that's a little, a picture's worth 1,000 words. And so when you see where it started and then where it has progressed, it has changed dramatically. And so with all of the changes that are coming and all of the participation, we have a playground that is needed. That's their playground. That's where they play. And I know the slide's kind of small. I should have made that a little bit bigger. But the kids in Belize, they're resilient, they're happy, and they're healthy, but at the same time, they don't have even a safe place to play. Just an open field, no playgrounds at all. When we started the library, that's what it looked like. It really was rat, bat, and crap infested. It was disgusting. But now it is a functioning library 6 days a week. The country of Belize, the Ministry of Education, they seen what we were doing, they liked where it was going, and they came alongside of us and said, if you build it, we will come. And so they pay and they run it 6 days a week now. They have summer programs for the kids. They have high school programs where they're encouraging their high school students to also volunteer back into the community. And so with all of those things coming together, it's becoming quite the community. And so our focus is now going to be on this medical clinic. Those wires hanging out, it's a brand new building that they built in 2018. And in 2019, COVID hit. So they didn't get the chance to assign a doctor. The doctor was actually moved down to a hospital where he still is. And so we have one nurse that runs this medical clinic that serves 4 villages, which is about 12,000 to 13,000 people. And so for them, it's that life-changing opportunity to bring them services right into their community so they don't have to miss an entire day of work to ride the bus to a clinic that is an hour away, to then wait for 2 hours to be seen, to then wait to get your prescription or anything else, to ride the bus back home. By that time, you've already lost an entire day. And so with us, what we're going to do is we're going to go down there, and I've already got Terry Tack, one of our community members, and Jeff Tack. They had 2 clinics, and some of you know Terry went through some health issues, and they had to close his Wahkiakum location. So they are graciously donating all of their optometry equipment from that clinic in Wahkiakum to us. So yeah. I will say, when I call it Belize Blessings, I really truly mean it's blessings. It is absolute blessings every day that comes through in different miraculous ways. And so when we had the medical team down there, they were doing vaccinations, immunizations, they were seeing children, anybody in the community. For an entire week, we opened up the medical clinic. So rather than just one nurse having to make her way around all 4 villages, we lightened the load and we took some doctors down there to make a difference. And so we continue to do that. That's one of our continued strategies, is to continue showing up. One of the unique things is 5 years ago when I was there and we built a little house and we have a little piece of property down there, that's one of those things that I wanted to know how I could help this community and what difference I could make. And it was just listening to them and having those conversations that opened up one door after another after another. And I will tell you, I can't look back now. I gotta just keep moving forward, and all of these projects keep coming, and the partnerships and the difference. That is Kalama Fire Department. That is the ambulance. There's the team that went, my husband and a volunteer driver. If you've never had somebody just show up and say, I'll take that for you, he drove it from Seattle all the way to Texas for us. And he's not even part of our nonprofit. He's part of another nonprofit called Impact Northwest. But I met him down in Belize doing a project that they were doing down there. And he said, I don't mind, I'll take it for you. And so then we had a Belizean come up and meet him in Texas. That next to the last picture, all of that stuff sitting on the ground is a hotel parking lot. Last year, when I was on my way to Belize, they said they won't allow the needles or the saline solution to cross the Mexican border, so they've turned us back. And I said, I'm getting off the plane, bring that ambulance to the airport and come pick me up. My husband said, what are you doing tonight? And I said, well, I'm not going to Belize. I made it to Texas, but I'm going to actually stay the night here and repack the ambulance. So we unloaded it in the back parking lot of a hotel parking lot, and we removed everything. We took it to a freight forward company that we had 2 boxes put on a container ship, and it shipped around Mexico. It arrived 3 weeks later. So everything that we put in that ambulance and packaged up made it. And it was because of, so unfortunately with our hospice last year closing, they had all of that equipment, all of those medical supplies, and no place to put them but a dumpster or inside my ambulance. I went down there week after week and loaded up my truck, took it to my mom's house and stored it in her shop until we were ready to roll with that ambulance. And so, I'm not kidding you, all of that stuff fit inside that ambulance and it all arrived in Belize. So, the team that I took, sometimes it's a varied team because we don't all have medical skills, we don't all have certain education backgrounds to train us, but I will find something for you to do. If you have willing hands and you've got able body, I'll take you. And so that's what we did. In April and May, this police substation had been abandoned for probably about 7 to 10 years. And the police that are down there, they said, if you'll fix it, we'll man it. We'll run this. We just don't have the supplies, we don't have the funding, we don't have what we need to get this up and running. So I took 4 72-year-old women and my girlfriend, and we went down there and we painted that police station, and we fixed it up, and we bought new doors, and they installed the doors, they installed kitchen supplies, we have furnishings in there. And last week they had the grand opening. The police station has now been handed over to the police department down there, and they are going to have somebody live upstairs in the apartment above the police station, and they're going to have rotating shifts that we now have peace officers in our community. It's not that we have a violent or a dangerous community, it's just to keep the peace. It's, in these day and age, you just want to make sure you have somebody there that is that presence. And so, in 2024 also, we have part of an educational team. That last picture is a group of nonprofit individuals that they deal with anti-human trafficking. So when I said this has taken on a life of its own and a different direction as well, we have now added Hero Saver, which Charles Jones does firefighting. He collects abandoned equipment and retired equipment here in the US, and he crosses the borders, usually into Mexico. Right now it's a little unsafe, so I said, how about Belize? He said, okay. So he's going to be taking some equipment down for us in October and come down there and start training the locals to do different firefighting and bring some of the equipment. Then the other group is called silentbridge.org, and they're a local organization just between Kalama and Vancouver. And they really do focus on anti-human trafficking. And so they were just in my home last week, because I will let you use my house if you want to go down to Belize and help. Just a little plug there. But they're looking to set up a safe haven that serves all of Central America. So people that are being brought out of the bad situations and rescued, the women and the children, they offer a place for them to go where they can get medical treatment, they can get all kinds of services to get them healthy and to get them to where they can go actually testify against their captors and brought to justice. And then they release them back into their community, into their lives. And so whether it's going to be back into Guatemala, whether it's going to be into El Salvador or Honduras, Belize doesn't necessarily have that much of a human trafficking issue, but all of Central America does, because it's that gateway from the north to the south. And so for them to be partnering with us now and coming down there, that was on September 4th. That was them meeting with officials, and because I go down there so often and because I'm very chatty, I do have a great relationship with a lot of the officials down there, and they have seen what we could do with the library, they've seen what we could do with the police station, and they just keep encouraging me and keep coming alongside of me, so I keep introducing them to other people that actually make a difference as well. I don't want to know all about the human trafficking, but I will let this organization do what they do best, and I will just keep supporting it with all of the education, the health, and the safety that we're putting together in the community of San Antonio. So there's an announcement on the Facebook page that on September 5th, they had the grand reopening of that police station. And the local Rotary clubs, which, yes, I'm a part of the Rotary, but that doesn't mean I'm exclusive to Rotary. I do come around to Kiwanis and to your Lions Club. I would love anybody to come to Belize with me. I have a donation letter that asks for support. We are supporting 2 students right now through scholarships. One is going to high school. She's a junior and she does artwork, but she's amazing. They don't teach, they don't pay for high school down in Belize. Your education stops at 8th grade. So if you want to go on, about 10% of the population either receive scholarships or their families have to pay for their higher education. And then we have another girl at the other end, Kelsey. She's in her 2nd year of nursing, and she actually gets on a bus and goes to Guatemala because it's 1/3 of the price that Belize is for her to become a nurse. And so when she's done with all of her studies, she's going to be coming back and she's going to be working at that medical clinic too. So we've already trained up the next student and that next generation to come back into our community. Here's the partners that I have been working with along the way. That just kind of shows you that there is a partnership, that this is a continued, ongoing project. It's not just a once and done. And so I have a fundraiser coming up on the 17th, and it's at Explorer Brewery. I'm selling tickets, so they're $20. You're going to get live music, you're going to get a barbecue, you're going to get a little bit of this presentation again. You'll get to meet the gentlemen that do the Silent Bridge and that do the Hero Saver, because I've asked them so that people can meet them in person as well. But at Explorer, they graciously let me use that location, so we're going to do an auction. We have raffle tickets and prizes, and I have samples of coconut rum from Belize, so if anybody wants a little sample,
There you go.
you know, got to entice with a little bit of the coconut rum that they have down there. Just a little. Oh, it's fabulous. No hangovers. It's pure coconut flavor, and I promise, no hangovers. And so this is that next 3 years of medical projects. I'm looking for any dentists in the room that have extra dental equipment sitting around. I'd love to take that as well. But it's my hope to raise enough money and collect supplies and do this again next spring, that we will be taking the optometry supplies, the dental supplies, and hopefully somebody to install all of this. So if you know how to do that as well. My husband's an electrician, so he's kind of on the hook for some of the electrical part of that, but would love to hear from anybody else that would be interested. There's a little bit of the close-up of their slide that you can't really slide down. Good luck. And yeah, the exit's a little rough. And another nonprofit group has helped them with their 990. They didn't have a 911 dispatch service. They now do. That was that other group that was down there that has helped me now to get the ambulance to Texas. We imagine that through all of this, we're affecting the youth. We're impacting them. There's a Rotaract group down there. There's an Interact group. There's actually a Lions in Belize City, which is the larger part of the city, or larger part. But yeah, I would love to have Lions be able to come down there as well. And so here's the other nonprofits, because I always have to give them a shout out too. They're doing amazing work. It's not just me running around. They're making a difference as well. And they're all like-hearted and like-minded, and we're all service above self and serving in our communities and wherever we are. And so there's my contact information, and I can answer any questions that anybody has. I know it's a lot of information that I cover. That's why I said there's so much going on and so many things that are happening. I just wanted to make sure that you guys had a chance to see some of the things that are coming up in the future for this opportunity. So, any questions? And I'm going to give you guys a donation letter at the end of this. And if you need any tickets for attending the event, I would love to have you. It's a great, last year we had about 60 people inside Explorer Brewery. And so they've actually built out the back end of it now as well. And so yes.
So basically, as far as governmental agencies go, you just work with the local community, like what would I say, council, city council? Is that the highest level that you deal with?
No, I deal all the way up to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and they're the ones that, when I go down there, I want to make sure from the top down that, one, they know I'm coming. Two, I don't have to pay any taxes or any fees when I cross the border with an ambulance full of supplies. And so I've made my way to the higher levels of government to be able to make sure, because truly, if you're just dealing with a city council, which is great, and then you have to go to the next level, which is their area representative and on up through there. So I have met with the partnership and the pictures that you've seen. That is their ministry cabinet, and I have met with the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the Ministry of Immigration, Human and Health Services. So yeah.
So nobody in the group trying to give you a bad time at all? Are they all very helpful?
They're all very helpful. There's one doctor, and she's just a thorn in my side because she would rather everybody from that community go to the hospital that's a half an hour away on a bus, and actually it's about an hour once you get on the bus and go to have to connect. She's the only one that I've had frustrations with, so I went over her. And that's when I went to the Ministry of Health and Wellness and I said, hey, I'm bringing you an ambulance. And so I don't want to have any issues or any problems. And he said, we appreciate what you're doing and you won't have any problems. So, yeah.
Good.
Have you got an estimate of what this new playground's gonna cost?
I haven't gotten an estimate on the playground yet. I am going to push that out to probably 2025, 2026. I do have a playground company in Lake Oswego that does these types of things. And I have, so Jen Wills from Longview Parks and Rec and her husband Chris went down and stayed at my house in February. And they took a look at the location that I want to put it. And I said, Jen, I know nothing about playgrounds, so I need you. And then I need this other group that has the capacity to either donate part of it or all of it. So trying to work with different individuals that are smarter than me and that have more resources than me is hopefully the success. Any?
The obvious question is, when are you going to join Pioneer Lions?
When I have time. Lord have mercy. I'm going to Belize September 26th, and I won't be back till October 27th. Where I work at the Council of Governments, they do allow me to take 1 month off twice a year so that I can go down there and make this difference. Wow. And so that I can actually take teams and be able to do this as well. And so with my previous job at the bank, I loved it, but it just didn't give me enough time to have my feet on the street and get the things done that I needed to accomplish.
Your programs are absolutely, positively inspiring. Now, if you were a lion, you would have access to grants that are unbelievable for these kinds of causes.
And guess who works on those grants?
Yeah.
And doesn't the Lions focus on optometry and eyeglasses?
Knights of the Blind. We're called Knights of the Blind.
That's only a part of it. That's only a part of it.
Hearing.
Anyway, think about it, young lady.
Okay, I will take that under very serious consideration.
That's what we can do for you.
So if you volunteered to come down with the group, what's your time commitment?
So I usually arrive a week before the group comes. The group comes down and they arrive at the airport. They're there in Belize, usually between 12 days, give or take. I've done this twice now, and one group, they came down on their own frequent flyer miles, and I just said, listen, I'm just going to show up on Saturday and pick y'all up, whatever time your flights come in, because I know I like to fly with my frequent flyer miles so that I don't have to pay for my airline ticket. I take care of all the rest of the arrangements, and you guys get to stay in the community because I have good contacts there, and I become the tour guide and the travel agent and drive around the 15-passenger van that loads everybody up and has a good time. And then I let people decide if they want to extend out to the Keys because those are beautiful, and if you want to sit on a beach and relax, then that's the way to end your vacation for a couple days. Some people just chose to come back to the US because they had to go to work. So I'm a little flexible on the time frame. So.
Will we come back as brown as Leroy?
If you stay out on the beach the whole time like Leroy does, him and Melissa, they are just little beach bums. I keep trying to get them to come inland to the village because it's about an hour and a half from the coastline. And so I'm up by waterfalls. I'm up where you can go kayaking. There's butterfly farms that ship internationally all their little larvae that are just beautiful and amazing, and I take you to see all of those things. So the Mayan ruins that are there, you get to go climb to the top of Shenantinich if you would like to. I want to make sure that you're all in good health before you do that, because I don't want to have to use the ambulance necessarily, but I got one if I need one. How's that? So.
Well, I'll go when he decides to go. How's that? Yeah.
It's Monica, is that right?
Yes.
Speaking of grants, and Hal is our Lions Club International Foundation chair, and I just saw a convention, and I can't remember, but it was a video or a slide of a club that sponsored a playground. And when it was completed, it had, a surface on it. Like, they were able to put their Lions logo in there, Lions International, so it was sponsored by that.
Wow. And nobody has jumped up and waved their hand yet to say, we would love to be the sponsor of...
Right. We probably couldn't personally as a club, but the grant programs are available. We could look into it.
That's kind of why I asked the numbers.
I would love that. That's what the difference is. Everybody has a piece of this big puzzle, and as we are putting it together, we all have our piece. We all have our knowledge and our strength, and that's one of those things that I lean on into this community. I can't do this all of myself. Really, it takes each and every person that steps up with their one piece of the puzzle to make this entire picture. So, yeah, I love that idea. Any other questions?
I think that would...
know where you're at?
What was that? So far, yes. If I don't, at one point, I'll let you know. What? It's amazing what that medication did. This morning I was thinking, what was that I did yesterday?
You want some ice cream?
Yes. Actually, if you have any, yes, I do. Monica, my friend, I would like to present this Pioneer Lions mug for you. You can take that on your travels, but I really think, gosh, that would be a lot of fun to get a group together and maybe even see about those scholarships and grants for you too. So
The clicker.
clicker.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Let's get on to the announcements that we've got, and I'll pass this on to Sharon.
Thank you, President Carrie and fellow Lions and guests. It's been a while. Sometime last year, I think it was, I had introduced the I Got Caught Serving, and I just wanted to bring this back around. It's been a while. If you see anybody that is a Lions member that out on their own, that have gone out of their way to do something for somebody else, the kind of things that nobody sees, that we don't hear about, we would like for you to come and get one of these little cards that says, I got caught serving, and fill it out and let us know who the person is and what they've done. And then you'll get this cute little Lions keychain just to say thank you for doing what we do best, and that's serving.
And then also a reminder, Monica, when was your fundraiser? What date was that?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Okay, very good.
What time?
It's from 6 to 8 at Explore Brewery. And I have two other announcements.
Okay, yeah. Well, so we'll see if we can't get.
I do. I have tickets for sale.
We'll get some to go to that fundraiser. That sounds like fun. We do have an evening meeting coming up, so keep in mind we want to see you here, but we more importantly want to see the people that can't make the regular noon meetings on Tuesdays. So we're going to do one evening meeting once a month. The first one is going to start September 19th, so next Thursday from 6 to 7, and that's at Ashtown Brewery. So 1145 11th Avenue. We're going to just kind of wing it the first time and see, what people want to hear about. Maybe do a list of what they kind of missed over the last couple of Tuesdays in the meetings, but might be some good reason to get some people that can't come. So, think of membership of people that... Yes, nothing is going to change at all. We're just adding one evening meeting to see if we can't catch those people that can't make it. Yeah, great.
President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions guests, few announcements. Tomorrow night is our monthly Sight and Hearing Foundation meeting. Anybody interested is more than welcome to attend, 6:30 over at Canterbury Park. Second announcement, Thursday is Day of Caring, United Way. There's a number of you that have signed up to go over and work on that. It's at the PUD building at about 9 o'clock. Those going to the board meeting, once you're on the board meeting, just come over. We probably won't get started until about 9:30, quarter to 10. But it's a lot of fun, and it's for a very good cause. And the last thing I got is, I do have membership apps with me.
Monica.
Anybody needs those? Thank you, Carrie Ann.
So that leads us into the reminder of the board meeting as well. So this Thursday, thank you, Craig, this Thursday, 8 a.m. at Life Mortgage in their conference room right up front. All right. It's in her hands.
And she's signing it.
So if you can make it to the board meeting, please do. We talked about some great things there. So that is this Thursday already. So you can go to the board meeting and United Way right after. Got your Thursdays covered.
Sign up for that.
Is there any other announcements? Anyone?
I don't know if it did or not.
Oh, Steve? Okay.
We have just a reminder on the 24th, which is a Tuesday evening. At 6 o'clock at the shop, we'll be doing orientation for new members. So,
Great.
Yes.
Yeah, you're new.
downtown, Monica, you could probably make it.
You can still make it, yeah. We'll be very flexible.
See small, you can fit it in a small bag.
Okay, well, oh, Jay? Yep.
He's just stretching.
President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests, just wanted to let everyone know we're trying to get a pool team out of here. So if you have any pool players who would like to play, let me know.
That sounds fun too. John?
Don't go there.
John Claypool?
President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests, I was remiss last week not to mention to the LCC scholarship recipient of the Frank Brown $2,000 scholarship to remind our members about Frank Brown. He spoke at a district conference here one time over in Kelso, and he gave a talk which, among other talks that I've heard at Lions Club, was unbelievable. And what he talked about is not what he got from being a Lion, but what Lions gave to him, what it made his life like, how important it was to him. And that was Frank Brown in a nutshell. He's a wonderful man. I wish all of you could have known him, and I was remiss not letting that young man know about Frank Brown last week.
Is that your phone going off?
No, I have a phone thing.
Yeah, you got it.
Well, I haven't heard that one before. Just a tone thing.
Oh, he didn't hear it. He heard it.
Okay, no other announcements, Monica? I'll pass my, I got it.
Okay, so now I'll put on my work hat and stand up there. But there's an event coming up on September 12th. That's this Thursday night at the Kalama Amphitheater, and it's called Let's Talk. And City Serve is another nonprofit organization in our community, and they're inviting you to have a great conversation in front of the political times and in front of all of the discourse and that disconnect that we have come out of from COVID, we're wanting to get people together and have great conversations about how we move forward and how we really can come together as communities and really transform what we're trying to do locally with tourism, with economics, with just being neighborly. And I think that that's one of those really important things that sometimes we have forgotten, to be neighborly and to be outside and to be visible to our community. And so we're going to have that conversation. And then the other one is, because of work being Council of Governments, we are doing an investment network night on the 24th, and this one is an Antidote. Antidote is for sale for any of you that do not know. It's a little tap house that we have, but they're wanting to be able to use this location for us so that we can have small businesses that are wanting to grow to that next level be able to come and have a pitch presentation to individuals just like you that might be willing to invest in small businesses rather than in the Edward Joneses and the stock market and everything else that's outside this community. This is to help the small businesses go to that next level. One of the businesses is the Sugar Pearl, right down in the Merck building. She wants to do mobile activities. She wants to be able to go to events. She wants to get to weddings. And so she's going to be there presenting her idea and her need to step into a vehicle that will get her to those locations. And so having that upfront cost sometimes is overwhelming. And so for us, it could maybe look at doing that and helping some of these smaller businesses that are successful in our community but go to that next level. One of them is a commercial house painter, residential, and she's this great little 26-year-old Hispanic girl, and I've met her, and she's just adorable. And to see the younger generation stepping into activities like that and being young entrepreneurs, sometimes they just need that little step. So this event is to help put community members like you guys in a room listening to these pitches from 5 different businesses that are all local, they're all small, and they're all wanting to go to that next level. So.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for that. Can I take this one? Yes, you can. And I can send you a digital so you can.
Oh, perfect. Okay, yep, thank you. Got it. Okay. If there's no other announcements, we can move on to our blue ticket. Grab your tickets and see if you have the winning number, which is 93492. Yes. Hal, you are the winner today. So I'll read this red ticket out while we're waiting for Hal to draw his winning ticket, or winning card. So this red ticket, 7279558. Cindy! Yay, Cindy's got, so Pat isn't here, but I'll write it down. White King, okay.
Sorry, Al. The Joker's gone.
Oh, ba-boom. I'm sorry. Okay, which one in back? We're going to hear from Darlene today.
President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests, for the desserts for today, number one winner is Mike Parker. And then
Boo! Oh! Yay! Oh. Yay! Okay. Well, Monica, thank you for visiting us today, because I feel like we can get something going here to help you. So I guess that's it, you guys. So go enjoy your afternoon.
Don't forget, if you see somebody, come get one of these.